Hi, my friends, whoever, I'm going to go on and see if this is working. So do let me know as we're beginning. Being at a rainy day, out here in the my studio, and so it's just going to take another second. Make sure it's all working. Yes, I think I'm working. Okay. So somebody let me know if it's working. Let me know. All right. Okay. Hi. So somebody just let me know. Tell me in the chat and we'll begin. I'm Michelle, and I'll speak up a little bit because we have the rain. I don't know if you can hear me or the rain, or maybe a little bit of both. There was a time where I practiced only in the rain. It was a new studio, and we were following the efforts of our teacher to keep us warm and safe, but we were essentially practicing in like a sukkah, like an outdoor spot that was covered, so obviously we weren't actually getting wet, but this reminds me so much of that time period. So hang on for me just a sec. Can somebody tell me that we're in? Yes? Anyone? Let me know we are working live. Okay. And we'll just breathe together for a few moments. I'm going to stay in the chair this time. And breathe. Rubbing the palms, tapping the knees, and gazing over the left shoulder, gazing over the right shoulder. I have a little ventilation in my knees today. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders forward. I think it keeps freezing. Inhale. Take the palms to the heart. And let's pause a second and make sure that it's working. Okay, I see it's freezing on my desktop here. We're going to get really high tech very soon. I know it. I feel it. It says not playing. Alright. Okay. I guess it's working. Okay, good. Here we go. I'll keep going now. So, inhale. We've gotten ourselves a little bit more present, reached ourselves away from the bed or from the dishes or whatever you were doing when you first woke up. And let's just sigh a little bit together through your mouth for the first one. Closing your eyes. It's called inward turn. You know, nothing magic or fancy about it, just turning your attention inward. And then for me, all of a sudden the rain just paused. Allowing me to have a little bit more breath, a little bit more awareness perhaps of the present, what I hear. Feeling that volume of stillness. I always think about it as like a tunnel. So there's this wide opening, and then it sort of goes more and more narrow, the tunnel of stillness. As you're reaching your senses wider, the stillness gets more and more narrow, but your ability to listen bigger or wider becomes more vibrant, maybe more adept, more keen. Your shoulders are wide. In this stillness, I feel like a little shimmer in my heart, my chest. There's a little string that I can feel from the top of my skull lifting an imaginary string all the way up to the heavens. And then the rain patters again, a little louder, so my stillness was just challenged. I have to work a little bit harder to listen wider, but to go a little bit more narrow with my focus. Maybe behind the heart. And then again, the quiet of the rain paused on my ceiling. So then I have more availability to be present here. My feet on the floor, my sits bones in the chair, I feel it. I feel my spine lifting, and I'm going to take my nose to the ceiling. And now here is yoga. You know, that's all it is. Exhale, nose to the chin. Inhale, lift the heart in the chest. Shoulders peeling away. My feet are firmly planted on the floor, and then the hands to the thighs. So we're just wakening up the spine, arching the back. I'm going to always have my feet on the floor and rounding or arching the navel in toward the belly, reaching your hands to your knees so you can really experience that pulling in of the stomach. Inhale, the chest lifts, the arch of the back. The hips sort of come off the chair. It's like dog tilt. And then exhale, hands to the knees. And inhale. We'll find neutral spine. You know, I'm not seeing myself. I mean, I know my ponytail is all bunchy, but I'm not seeing my back. But theoretically, my shoulders are in line with my hips. They have a bit of alignment with my knees. I forgot my block again. I would hopefully have a cushion to prop my feet up. Anything so that you're really firmly rooted. Inhale and exhale. I wake up with a lot of back pain. I know many of you do too. And that immediately lifts me away from the back pain. I immediately have a reprieve. So we'll try it again. So it's just wakening up the spine, arching the chest to the sky. This would be cow pose. And then rounding fully the navel toward the spine. I'm trying not to draw a lot of tension in my shoulders. They're not coming up, they're just reaching in. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, round. And then a smile just comes to my mouth. There's just no reason for it, just I feel better. So it makes me smile. And the thought of maybe somebody practicing with me, that feels better too. It's the little things. And then back to the center. My hands are firmly rooted. At this point though, a lot more is happening with my midsection. You can't see it, but my navel is drawing itself like my belly button toward my spine. The pubic bone is lifted a little bit, and my tailbone is more firmly rooted into the chair. So my neutral spine is really now supported. There's a rounding. If this is my tailbone, instead of lifting, there's a rounding. Yeah? And as we're practicing with all this time to wait for things, this is a great thing to practice. Practice as you're standing, waiting on the phone, or if you're outside with your mask on, waiting in line for the grocery. We're practicing dropping the tailbone, taking the small of the back, the arch out of the small of the back a little bit. Again, shoulders in line with the hips. And now here is yoga. You know, yoga doesn't have to be fancy, standing on your head or holding your toes like I've been saying these last few weeks. Yoga is a breath practice. Yoga is to prepare us for a longer seat in meditation. Yoga means yoke, combining all the sides of us. So, that being said, rub the palms again. Tap into the jaw, into the chest, looking over the right shoulder and the left. Great. And we're going to focus again on the navel and the belly by lifting the right leg, trying to keep the hands at the waist. If that's just too much, too hard, you're lying in bed, it's awkward, take your hands underneath your right thigh and give it a little help without slouching everything and changing everything. So we're using our breath, using our belly. Maybe lift the right knee in toward the chest. Maybe straighten the leg, just even a little bit. Bring the knee back in and place it down. So again, to make it a little more challenging, you take your hands to your waist, lift the left knee, and as soon as you lift the left knee, you'll notice lots of things happen. Try to breathe through all that. Stretch the left knee even a little bit. Bring it in and place it down. Inhale, lift the right knee, stretch it out and in and down. Inhale, lift and straighten. I should prop this up so I don't have to stop if you're writing to me and saying anything. As you're lifting and bending and straightening, I am going to prop it up. All right, keep breathing, keep lifting and bending and straightening. Okay, inhale, lift the knee and straighten and lift and bring it in and down. Inhale, lift and straight and bend it and down. And take a twist to the right, looking all the way over your right shoulder, back to the front, and then change. If you have your hand available and you can take it on the outside of the back of the chair, look over the left shoulder and back to the front. Roll the shoulders back and roll the shoulders forward. Good. And inhale, we'll do it again. If you want to increase your challenge, you know, it is after all only 9 in the morning on a Monday and you're prepped for a challenge. I'm saying that with a lot of humor. Lift the right leg and lift the left leg and maybe pause there. So this would be supported Navasana. The full posture would be sitting on your tush on the floor, stretching both legs. But here you can try to lift the right leg, stretch it, lift the left leg, and pause. Breathe 1 and 2, shoulders back and down. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale. Draw your eyes over your left shoulder and to the center and the right shoulder. We're all about the reset as well. So you put the effort in the thing and then reset. Put the effort out and then reset. So lift the left leg, straighten the left. Inhale, breathe. Straighten the right. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on down. You might again reset, looking over the right shoulder. And if that's too hard, you're just going to lift the knee, stretch, and breathe it down. Lift the knee, stretch, bring it down. 3 more times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm going fast. And 5. If it's too fast, just do half time, my half time. Yeah? And breathe. We're going to take our elbows to our knees and just let the neck go. Shake your head gently, no. Nod your head gently, yes. Come on up, roll the shoulders back. Now, for many of us, we're sitting in chairs a lot more than we're used to at the computer or at the television or I don't know. I see a lot of people making masks. I'm so in awe. We're going to have to figure that out today. So anyway, but to move the body, because we're doing different things with it, actually, we're getting more. So what can we do to get more open again? Inhale, reach the right arm up. Take hold of the left ear. Tilt your right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale. So the tug, the pull, the stretch is in the left part of the neck. Hold the breath. Exhale through the nose, through the mouth like it snakes. Gently open. Shake your head left and right. You'll feel hopefully a calm, a release. Looks like the Facebook is a little frozen. Oh, now it's not. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, hold the right ear. Tilt the left ear to the left shoulder. Breathe. Hold your breath. Draw the right shoulder down. Exhale, hiss. So it's just finding more spaces to breathe. Finding more spaces to breathe. Allowing the breath in. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders forward. And we'll take a supported Janu Shirshasana. Shirsha is head in Sanskrit. Try to use that today 3 times. So the full posture on the floor would be your left leg is straight, your right knee is bent. Looks like, well, it's tree pose. And it's just at an angle here, the knee in line with the heel. And then we're going to bend the left knee a little bit and reach forward. So I'm feeling it really in the right waist. I'm feeling it in my belly because in order to lean forward, I have to ignite the belly muscles. So that would be one way to do it. Another way to do it would be to create that same shape and then use your hands to help you lean forward. Hopefully you have a sturdy enough chair and it's not going to topple you all the way to the floor. In your bed, this would be a great thing to do, just to lean forward. And if you are without holding something, however that sounded weird, bend the left knee a little bit. So we're tilting forward. Breathe 2 and 3, 4, 5. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, take a little twist. So keeping the legs as they are. The left leg could be straight or bent a little bit on your twist. So twists are difficult, more difficult than what meets the eye. A lot's going on in the back, so be really inquisitive before you just prop yourself into a deep, deep twist. And back to the center. Change sides, little karate chop maybe. Now the little reset. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Draw the toes to the sky, my little orange socks. Inhale, the left knee is going to bend. So Janu Shirshasana, the full posture would be the foot is glued to the right thigh. Here we could maybe just have it over. It's like a mix of 2 postures. We're going to tilt forward, shoulders back. Breathe 1, 2, in and out through the nose, 3, and 4, 5. Inhale, exhale, take a twist. So I must need it in my hip because this side all of a sudden I feel it more in my left hip. I'm trying to sit up real tall and then twist. And inhale, back to the center. Breathe both legs straight for a moment. Inhale, exhale. Let the hands go toward the knees. Let the nose just release forward. Breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit up tall. And then like reverse plank or a big, big low cobra position. Your hips are still on the chair. Lift your chest to the sky. Keep your shoulders, though, peeling away from your ears. 2. Maybe a little smile. 3, 4, and 5. So now we're going to scoot your tail to the back of the chair and go a little bit further. So you might start by your elbows just bending at your knees, and or maybe you reach your hands all the way to the floor. Yeah, so it might look like this. Your hips can be off the chair a little bit. 2, 3, 4. Take your hands to your knees. And again, we'll find that cat-cow. The chest lifts. Exhale, round. The chest lifts. Exhale, round. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Let's cross the right leg over the left. And if you're lying in bed, let's see, you could lie down and try to just reach the right leg over, yeah? So inhale, we'll take the right arm on the right knee and take the twist, first opening your eyes, your nose, your shoulders stay square, pressing that right arm against the right leg. Really twist, 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 twist. Breathe, 2 and 3. Wringing out the midsection like a sponge. Detoxifying your emotional life. Maybe it's based within, anxiety or frustration or exhaustion. This is tiring, this new way of life in a weird way. And people aren't sleeping as well. What can we do to aid the process is by focusing on the breath and the body. Exhale, uncross the leg. Take the left leg over. Switch to this side. And we're twisting toward the leg. So twists are detoxifying postures. I'm inhaling, taking the left side all the way to meet the right. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Plant your feet. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, roll the shoulders forward. Inhale, again, lift the heart and the chest. And take your hands, interlace the hands as you pull your chin gently toward your chest. Maybe you get into the back of the neck, massaging the back of the neck a little bit. Yeah, you gotta be your own masseuse these days. Your own chiropractor. What else? I guess I wouldn't suggest acupuncture. Breathe. And come to standing. So if you can, you're going to take yourself to the back of your chair. If you're lying in bed, just sit up a little straighter. Maybe readjust something. So you're holding the back of your chair, theoretically. And we'll find that tree pose. Notice for yourself, as soon as you put your right leg against your left, if you leaned to the left. So here's a great opportunity to practice all that belly work we spoke about and that we did, and maybe we'll have to revisit. Because as I lift my right leg, see, I lost my attention on what I'm using to stand tall. I'm not just using my legs, I'm using my breath and my belly. So I'm lifting my pubic bone, dropping the tailbone. Again, like we said before, there's no arch. We're trying to draw the tailbone underneath us. Shoulders are square. If you can let go of the chair, even with one hand or just for a sec, here's a great place to practice it. And then just breathe. And it's a game. It's a little rehearsal. There's no, forcing to this. Maybe you take one arm off, breathe. Trying to keep the hips even. I just peeked at myself to see if I was doing it. The inclination is to lift, to hike up the right hip since the right knee is bent. We're going to try to keep ourselves even and square, lifting tall the vertebra. Again, maybe you practice Lukma, no hands. You can grow the tree, as they say in a yoga class. You could bring your hands to prayer. Hopefully you're focusing, you have a drishti, a point of contact, maybe on the floor a little bit in front of you. Some people like to look at the wall. Something stationary. Yeah? Inhale, lengthen the heart and the chest. Like that string is pulling you taller and taller. I know we're standing on this left leg a long time. Stretch the right leg out in front of you. Theoretically, it's straight and the same height as your hip. If that's not for your practice today, no big deal, right? The leg is low. I was saying last week, it's kind of nice. We're practicing in our own homes. There's no, inherent thought of competition or anything like that. Exhale, drop your right leg. And little windshield wiper of your hips, lean to the right, to the left. Yeah, just to reset the hips. And then we'll take the hands on the back of the chair again, maybe. Draw the left leg up to meet the right. And then we're practice everything we just talked about. So how even can I make my hips? Can my chest be, we didn't really talk about the chest on this side. Rather than puffing everything out, there's not a concaveness, but how soft can I make it? Maybe to draw the attention inward again, to check out the shoulders, to check out the breath. There's like a dropping of the ribs of the heart. I'm pressing my right big toe firmly into the floor. I'm drawing my left hip down. I'm using my belly muscles, the pubic bone lifting, the tailbone dropping. There's a little scooping in the midsection. And I fall and I come back. Yeah? The right big toe is your anchor. Really press the right big toe side of the foot more than the pinky toe side. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. And breathe. 2, 3. And again, the inward turn. It's like my world just got quieter and more still. Exhale. Let's take our hands to the waist or one hand and try to stretch the left leg out in front of you. Maybe you straighten the spine a little more. Maybe the leg is down here, but your hands are off. So many options. I'm offering Zoom classes so you can get a little more private instruction, and you can reach out to me if you want more information on that. Pubic bone lifted, tailbone down, heart is really lifted. Exhale, come on down. Let out a sigh through your mouth. All right, we're going to try something new today. I envisioned it in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep for a moment. Warrior 3. That's like any ballerinas out there in arabesque. So you're standing on the left leg, let's say, and you're going to reach the right leg up. Theoretically, it comes all the way up. Well, I got the wall behind me. But keeping the right hip down, more important that we keep the right hip down, put the right hand at the chair, and the left hand at the waist. Maybe you try to lift the hand off or keep it by your sides. Inward rotation, so we're not turning the foot out. We're trying to drop all those 5 toes to the mat or to the floor and keep the hips squared. Yeah, maybe the arms come behind you. Supported warrior 3. And then you could take the second side. If you're in bed, this is a harder thing to do in bed, but DM me DM. Let me know how that worked out for you. Let me know if you found some adjustment, modification. I'm lifting the right kneecap. You can't fully see it, but I'm lifting all the flesh, all the muscle, all the attention above my knee, trying to tilt my chest forward a little bit. Inwardly rotate, trying not to let the left hip reach up, trying to drop the left hip. Exhale, come on down. And inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose as you look over the right shoulder. Taking the little twist. Breathe 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Inhale, and look over the left shoulder. Breathe 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, release. We're gonna reach the arms straight on the chair, or if you're on the mat, this would be a good time to take child's pose. Reach your arms straight, lift the hips behind you. So this is a great way to stretch a lot of things. The backs of the thighs, the hamstrings get a stretch. You can come and do it at a wall. The hips are lifted in that tilt, that dog tilt position. The arms are straight so that you can get an opening in the shoulders, a nice release in the shoulders. If you want to increase the stretch in the calves and in the backs of the thighs, you can lift the 10 toes off the floor. And then try to let the head be heavy. Inhale, come on up. Take the hands to the back of the chair. I'm in like a diagonal little V position. Lift your heart and your chest. Breathe. 2. I'm using my thighs. I'm using my belly. Exhale. Gently, slowly, I'm going to bend the right knee. Look over the left shoulder. Come back to straight. I'm going to bend the left knee. We're going to do another thing for balance and for the brain. I'm going to scooch my chair up a little bit. Reach the right leg behind you, so that's supported warrior 3. I'm going to reach the right leg behind me, and I'm going to try to lift the left arm off the chair. Okay? I say okay as though you could say, yep, doing it or not doing it. If it's too scary or too weird or too something, just play with it. Play with it a little bit. That's all we're trying to do. Just play with it. Yeah, it might not happen in this life. There's plenty of time. Exhale and inhale. Roll the shoulders back. Coming back to that reset, samasthiti it's called, just or nothingness, emptiness. Reach the arms in front of you. Lift the left leg up, breathe. Hips are even and square, 2. Maybe the chest floats forward. Left arm reaches up, right arm reaches up. Left leg, right arm. So the opposition is very good for the brain as well. And exhale. Inhale, stretch the right leg back. Gaze over the left shoulder. Come back to the center. Stretch the right leg in front and the left leg back. And then we're going to increase that stretch. So left leg in front, right leg in back. Use your left hand on the chair. And take your right arm a little forward. If you're lying in bed, you could just try to split the feet and give yourself a nice forward stretch. Maybe the right hand goes further toward the left leg. Maybe you take a full twisting triangle. If the neck isn't so good, keep the head down. Come on up. Roll the shoulders back. Take the right foot forward. Take the left leg back. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, fold forward a little bit. Each side's going to be different too. You're going to notice that, oh, that side, my nose is up my... No big deal. This side, this is what I'm interested in, the curiosity of this side. Notice for yourself too, did your right toe just kind of lift off the floor? Press it into the floor. Lift the knees, shoulders are square. Inhale, I'm feeling it in my right hip. Take the left hand either to the chair and taking your twist. I said either to the chair, I didn't give you the other. You could take the left hand to the leg, and we're in a triangle twist. Exhale. All right, that's plenty. Inhale, come to sitting. Again, please. Rub the thighs. And pat the outsides of the legs, the chest, the neck. And if I'm moving too fast, you find your way there whenever you're ready. You can be on the floor, obviously. You can be sitting back on the chair. You can go back to your bed. But keep practicing. Keep practicing even with the intention of just breathing with us. Inhale, we're just going to remind ourselves of this belly work. So lift the right leg. It could be just a teeny bit off the floor. 1. Shoulders down. 2, 3, 4. Hard enough as it is, right? Stretch the right leg a little bit. Good for the thigh as well. And come on down. Yoga is a breath practice. We're lifting the knee, but breathing. I'm breathing like behind my belly button. 2, 3. Stretch the left leg. 1 and 2, 3, and drop it. Taking your twist. And the other way. That one really got it. Roll the shoulders. And let's do a little marching. So knee and knee, knee and knee, knee, and knee, knee, and knee. Okay. Roll the shoulders back, and roll the shoulders forward. I'm clearly thinking the belly work is what's important today. Reach yourself to the back of the front of the chair a little bit. Tilt the heart and the chest up to the sky. Lift the right leg and drop it. Lift the left knee and drop it. Lift the right leg. Stretch a little bit. In and drop. Lift the left knee. Stretch. In and drop. Maybe no hands. So it's sometimes nice to start with a pose, an asana, come back to it in the middle of the practice, and see if it got any easier. Inhale, or if it got harder. Sometimes either can happen since you know what's happening. And lift, stretch, lift both knees, breathe 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, exhale through your mouth. Take a little pummel of your heart, your chest. And we're going to be at the edge of our chair here. Create a little diamond shape with your feet, with your toes. If you're lying on your back, that's great. You can still just, like pretend I'm lying down. If you're on the mat, sit up tall and bring the feet still in this diamond position. Inhale, hands to your thighs. Breathe 1, 2, taking a breath, 3, 4, 5, and then tilt forward, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, sit up tall. And now we're going to take more, instead of just a hinge, we're going to round the head. Keep your feet in your diamond shape. It's called Baddha Konasana. Baddha, bound, Kona, angle, pose, or seat, asana. We're rounding them as though my nose was going to touch my toes. Shoulders away from the ears, using that belly muscle. You really have to use the belly muscles there. And inhale. Rotate the nose all the way around. Gently, gently, gently. And the other way. And we'll sit up tall again. Flatten the back, like tabletop. Press your hands in your thighs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sitting up tall. And then nose to the knees. Or nose to the toes. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Take a twist. Left leg is straight. Marichyasana, it's called. Marichyasana C, truly. The left leg is straight. The right knee is bent, like knee to the sky. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Sit up really tall. And keep gazing over the right shoulder. So like I was saying before, it's good to start the practice with some asanas that you'll come back to see if they're more available to you now. Nice tall spine. So when you find yourself slouching, especially in a twist, sit up taller again, sit up and gaze. Turn and face the front. Exhale. Inhale, right leg is straight. In, exhale. Take the right arm to the outside of the left knee. Sitting up really, really tall and twist. 2, 3, 4, 5. And the front again. Good. Inhale. Let's do that same posture actually. Right knee with the left leg straight. This is Marichyasana A. We're obviously doing it out of order. So I'm pressing my right big toe really firmly, and I'm going to reach forward as far as I can. The hips can come off the floor or the chair or the mat. I'm trying to take my hands to my ankle. So different than that other one we did because the knee was out. This is the knee facing the sky, the ceiling. 2, And elbows can bend. Back straight for as long as you can, and then round it. Inhale, sit up tall. Right leg is straight. Toes are flexed to the sky. Left knee is bent. Inhale, Marichyasana A. Exhale, 1. Flex the toe. Inwardly rotate the thighs. 2 and 3, 4, 5. Come on up. Give yourself a little, little pummel. Your hips. Yeah, your knees, your chest, your neck, temples. Tapping is a great way to wake up, to get the blood flowing, to gain new perspective. Yeah, so much goes on between the time you decide to go to sleep and the time you actually do. And then between that and then the time you wake up. So this just kind of helps to integrate as well as release all that. Get into your hips, your breath, your belly again. Maybe shake out your face. Inhale. We're going to stretch the legs. So if you have a towel or something close by, and I'll wait until you do if you want to grab something, you can give it a little roll. And then stretch it around the right leg. Possibly that helps you stretch the right leg higher, higher, higher. If you're lying on the floor and you've practiced with me before, you know that this is this posture. The left leg is straight, the right leg is up. If you're still sitting in the chair, that's awesome. Just trying to breathe. The chest taller, the right leg straighter. Obviously the prop, the strap, or the sweater or pillowcase, whatever it might be, is your helper. The left leg, just experiment. Do 5 breaths maybe with the left leg straight. If this is far too much, bend the right knee a little bit. And then take 5 breaths with the left knee bent and point the toes to the sky. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that helps bring the right heel over the left knee. Press down onto the right thigh. Inhale, sitting up tall. Tilt forward. It's like a pigeon pose. 2 and 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Release your strap, your foot from the strap. Exhale. Taking the left leg straight. The elbows have a slight bend in them. The shoulders are soft. Inhale, the toes facing the sky. Breathe 1 and 2, 3. Drawing your heel out. 4, 5. I just noticed my right foot got really light on the floor. Really press it down. And then maybe bend the knees, both of them. 1. Sitting up tall. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch that leg up. Taking the left heel over the right knee. Remove the strap. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, breathe 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to sitting and sigh out. All right, we'll take a bridge pose, maybe a shoulder stand, and call it a day. So take the hands to the outsides of your chair or on your bed and lift you're going to think about dropping actually the tailbone and lifting the pubic bone. Just kind of inhale, exhale, and then that little bit of a rounding lifts your hips off the chair. And just notice for yourself, did all your toes, go kaput? Did they turn out? Try to press all 10 toes into the floor. Inhale, navel in. Pubic bone lifts up. I'm just trying to piece it together, how else to say it. The belly pulls in and the hips gently lift off the floor. So I have space between my tush and the chair. Exhale, come on down. Little reset, let the shoulders go. And last time, inhale. Lift the pubic bone, take the belly button to the spine. Exhale. 1. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 2. 3. Keep lifting. 4. Exhale down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So back bends can be very intense. If you're lying on the floor and you know how to get right up into a bridge, same idea. You'd be lying back and just lift your hips. Let's try it this way. Lean your shoulders back to the back of the chair. Press onto the sides of the chair really deeply. Shoulders back, lift your hips. 2 and 3, 4, 5. If they don't come that high up, we're just here practicing. We're just breathing together. You don't have to stop in order to be present. You don't have to look at the pose and be like, I can't do that, forget it. Just try something in between it. This is plenty. Maybe you get a little lighter off the chair. That's all. It's just breath. Just breath. And then we take a twist and a forward bend. So Iyengar, the sort of physical therapist of the yoga world, said from back bends should go into a twist, better for the spine. So a deep twist, yogi's twist of choice, I always say here. And then either stretch your legs more forward. If you're sitting all the way on the floor, your legs are fully straight. Or just flop down, little, Raggedy Ann pose. Let the head be heavy. Ragdoll hang, I guess it would be called in the easier, more commercial land. Inhale, take the elbows to the knees, let the head go. And then again, just hang. Roll on up, roll the shoulders back, and roll the shoulders forward. Inhale, exhale. Let's take the nose in a circle. Ooh, creaky, creaky, creaky necks. As though I'm hearing your necks too. Inhale. Let's use the fingers and just massage out the left side of the throat, the neck. Maybe pressure, a little more pressure. Massage out the front. And to the other side. Massaging out the jaw. You might find yourself talking a lot more on the phone. So most likely you need to relax the jaw more intently, more consciously. If you find yourself not talking at all, here's a good opportunity to make sure your jaw still works. Okay. So taking an inversion while sitting on a chair has been keeping me up at night. Not really, but it's a conundrum, isn't it? So we're going to turn to the side and try to glue your feet somewhere to the chair so that you won't just collapse. And then draw your arms behind you. And then maybe just re-maneuver yourself. See what you would need to do to walk yourself down the chair. If you have somebody to help you, that would be great. Eventually, I'm hanging off the chair. If that is just not appropriate for many of us, which I understand, you could guide yourself now to the floor if you know you don't have to rush up and be somewhere in, 10 minutes, which probably you don't have to. We can't go anywhere. But I could use my hands to help me on the chair, guide myself to the floor, knowing I'm going to stay at the floor. And then maybe I'd scooch over and hoist my left leg up. And if I was lying in bed, I would just take a bunch of pillows and stick them underneath my legs, and that would be my inversion. Maybe my right leg goes up. You can see that my socks are from the Sky Zone. Exhale and inhale. So here you could find yourself with your legs up and take Shavasana, rest pose here for a long time. Your knees are over your hips. You have a natural turn out of the feet and just the hands open to the sides. Inhale, exhale. There's something that is very nurturing about having the small of the back touching the floor. I'm going to come up so I can talk to you further, but you stay on the floor if you can with your legs up. Letting your shoulders open, letting your palms open, letting your eyes close, and continuing to breathe. Take a hand maybe on the heart as you're lying there and with your legs up and you're lying on the floor. Even more opportunity to feel that connection between the small of the back, the arch of the back, and the floor, the mat, something that's unchanging. Or right here in the chair, right? You can put a pillow behind you, let the nose kind of lift itself to the sky, the palms lift up, and exhale. So there's an opening, a connection and an opening, a softening, a stillness, and an opening. The back against something is going to help nurture a feeling state of connectedness to your breath, to your inner stillness that we spoke about. And then it leads an actual connectedness to everything and everybody else. You have a widening of the heart center through your own narrowing of your stillness. So you're narrowing your stillness, small of the back is touching something, narrowing so that you can open to what's around you with a wider heart, with a greater capacity for stillness, so that we're not so swayed by the things around us, by the shifting tides. Hatha yoga nustasanam, yogas chitta vritti nirodha, tada drashtu swarupe vastanam. Like the first few lines of the Yoga Bible, the Yoga Sutras, say now here is yoga. The intention of yoga is to quell the meanderings of the mind, the chitta vritti, the movement. And when I chant this or speak it, it's for myself, of course, as well. I am far from above these lessons, these learnings. And I'm so grateful that in conjunction with everything else I do, this is a constant daily reminder, Yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. The practice of yoga is to quell the meanderings of the mind. It's a great correlation to the meditation time that we do at 5:30 with Rabbi Aaron. It's a great beginning for this week, as many of us are trying to figure out what would Seder, what would Passover mean to us as we're in this time of quarantine, of social distancing. How do we gather, which is such an integral part for most of us, to Passover? Do we even need to create this ritual when we have this other very potent metaphor that we're dealing with of feeling like we're lost in a plague right now? Why do we even need to create the tradition and take care to tell the story and create the foods and the symbolism of the Seder plate? And we'll be exploring that as a temple community this week, as well as, I'm sure, on your own. If you have any thoughts you want to share with us, please write them in. Inhale, exhale. And just like with our decisions about things that we're deciding, there's no one right way. Similar to the yoga practice, like yes, there is a template, but your body is different than somebody else's, and my own. Anatomy, your injuries, where you are this morning versus yesterday or tomorrow. That's for yours. That's for you to discern, to sort through, and to find a way to embrace. This is how it is for now. I'm so grateful that there's people out there who want to practice with me and spend some morning time with me. May there be peace above us and below us, peace to our left and to our right, peace within and peace without, so we can learn to continue to ask the questions of peace and practice our answers by example. Thank you so much. Namaste. Be sure to check out Temple Manual and Jivit at Home website today. Many exciting things happening. Information for a virtual Seder. And I'll have more yoga classes that might not be only on the Vimeo page, but also just on my Facebook page or Temple Manual's Facebook page. And like I said, I have some of these Zoom classes that you can get more private, we'll call it, adjustments. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a good day.